Hello, my lovelies. So I know I have been really quiet lately. I'm just basically coming out with like TikToks and stuff like that. Not a lot of things where like you could hear my voice or anything. I just want to kind of address what's been going on and what happened to me this week. So basically, it started with my youngest. He got sick. And we went to the doctor. The doctor gave him medicine. He did not go to school to infect any children. We kept him home. He received his medication. He got well. And we thought that that was basically the end of it. Well, my mother's birthday just passed, and we decided that we were going to take her out to eat at a restaurant that my daughter and I had tried once and we loved. So of course we invited everyone. That morning I woke up with a headache. That was it, a headache. When we went to the restaurant, my husband kept asking, "Does anybody smell that? Does anybody smell that smell?" And we're like, "No, whatever could you be smelling?" And he's like, "I don't know, it's just a smell." And I'm like, "Describe it." And he's like, "It smells like rot." And we're like, "No, we're all showered, we're all clean." But I did notice later, I started smelling it the more he mentioned it. And I thought, it's just me. I'm letting it get up here, And I didn't say anything else. Well, we were so excited to go to this restaurant. And we get there, and I order, and, we're talking, we're excited. Food gets there, and I start to eat, and all of a sudden, it's just like, I was like, I don't want this. Like, I just felt sick to my stomach, and my head was just killing me. Even though I take some for a headache. I take some Tylenol, some extra strength Tylenol. And I was like, I just don't feel good. I was like, I think I have a tummy ache. I was like, I just don't feel good. I said, I have a headache. I said, and I think it's kind of upsetting my stomach. I said, I've eaten as much as I can eat. I'd eaten a portion. And I was like, that's it. I'm full. I'm just going to bag up the rest, and I'm going to take it home in a doggy bag. I was like, and I'm going to enjoy it another day. Well, by the time we got home, I noticed I was sniffling a little bit. And I was like, oh no, I'm getting a head cold. I was like, okay, well that makes sense. I must have picked up a head cold. So I was like, okay, I'll take some medicine. I'll get some rest. I'll drink some fluid. I'll get over it. Well, I went to bed that night, and I was running a low-grade fever. And I told my husband, I said, I'm running a low grade. I'm going to take something for the fever, and I'm going to sleep on the couch. Sorry about that. My light just flickered. And that's what I did. I took something for a fever. I grabbed me a water. I laid down. And not even 20 minutes later, my fever broke. And I was like, definitely a head cold. Okay, well, I will get my medicine, and I will take it, and I'll be fine. Now, remember, this was a holiday weekend. Martin Luther King Jr. Day was Monday. So, a lot of places were closed. Yeah. So, Sunday, I wake up. And what woke me up at about 6:15 in the morning was my throat. I was on fire. I was running a fever. My throat felt like I had gargled with acid. My ears were burning. Everything was swollen. I was almost in panic mode. I was nauseated. I was sick. I was in trouble. Well, my husband was already at work. So I called him, and I was like, you're going to have to come home. Something's wrong. And he's like, what? I was like, I am sick. I'm very sick. And he's like, okay. I never ask for my husband to come home. And we have nobody else. And I have a child who's 5 years old with special needs. So he came home, and I went to the ER. And what they told me shocked me and turned out to be completely incorrect. He walked in, did a look over me, used his phone to look down my throat. Not a pen light. He used his phone. Never checked my ears. Gave me something for a fever, swabbed me, and came back and told me, "You have COVID." And I said, "You're full of shit." Because I'm not a doctor, but I'm not an idiot. And I knew damn well I didn't have no COVID. So I went home. He gave me a steroid shot, and I went home. And I continued to take the medicine that I had over the counter, which is probably the only thing that saved my life. And I continued to drink, even though it was killing me. And I ate as much as I could. Now, the fevers were getting horrible. And then I asked my daughter, because I was like, I couldn't really see down my throat really well. So I asked her to look down my throat. And she was like, "It's really red, Mom." And she's like, "And you got white things in it." And I was like, "What?" Well, I found a way to look down my throat real fast, because I was like, "I don't know, this don't sound right." I had tonsil stones all in my tonsils. And my tonsils were huge and red. And there was only about that much space between the tonsils. Now, I'm on steroid for my airways. So I didn't know. I didn't know how bad it was. And the smell that came out of my mouth was horrendous. It was me. I was the one who was smelling. And I was just like, I swear for a full 30 seconds, I just stared there at my throat. And I wanted to scream and panic. But I was like, no, that's not gonna get this done. That's not gonna cut it. That's not gonna get this done. So thankfully, Tuesday, my doctor was open. Now, I've been sick since Sunday. And things were getting progressively worse. I was having trouble swallowing spit. I was having trouble sleeping. I was having trouble keeping food down. I was having trouble keeping water down. Fevers were blistering. I got a fever sore on my lip. I was getting sores all around my mouth. I knew things were bad. I wasn't urinating like I was supposed to. I knew things were bad. And I was salivating because I couldn't swallow. So it was literally, yeah. I went to my doctor and I was just like, "Please help me. Something's wrong." And they just took me straight back. They slapped a mask on me, another mask. I had a mask. They slapped a second mask and they took me straight back. And once they got me in there, they swabbed me. And they said I had COVID. And they're like, "Sweetie, you don't have COVID." They did blood draw as well as the CBC. And I have adulthood tonsillitis. Yeah, that was fun hearing. And they're like, "Honey, you're just full of infection." They're like, "You've got tonsillitis and you're septic." They're like, she had me do the stick out your tongue, go, "Ah." And she's like, "You're septic." They were going to put me in the hospital that day. I begged them not to. I was like, "Please don't put me in the hospital. I'm nobody to watch my babies. And my husband has to work. We've got bills to pay. Can you not do something for me?" And she's like, "All right." She's like, "Okay, yeah." She said, "I know I can trust you." I mean, she's been my doctor for years. She's like, "I know I can trust you. If things get bad, you'll go to the ER." She said, "You'll be here." She's like, "I'm going to give you an antibiotic shot." She's like, "I'm going to give you a steroid shot." She said, "And I'm going to put you on 2 different antibiotics." She's like, "And we're going to beat this." And I was like, "Thank you. I don't want to go to the hospital. I can't do this right now." And she's like, "No, I understand. I completely understand." So they sent me home with medicine up to the wazoo, cough medicine, 2 different antibiotics, a shot in each hip. I mean, like I said, they gave me the good stuff. And I went home and I began my journey. My husband went to the store. He got me soup, oatmeal. I cannot tell you how much I am grateful for oatmeal. Yeah. Just your run-of-the-mill maples and brown sugar oatmeal. And some hot water. Yeah, oatmeal saved my life because I couldn't stomach eggs or anything else. And chicken noodle soup and Gatorade and water. And he got me these Hall fruit breezers for my throat, and they were a godsend. And that's basically what I lived on for this week. That's what kept me going. 2 packs of oatmeal in the morning, and fluids through the day, and medications, and chicken noodle soup at night. And then sanitizing everything. Sanitize to make sure that I don't spread the bacteria to somebody else. Thankfully, I'm on the mend. I'm feeling much better. No fever. I haven't had a fever since Wednesday. I ran low grade on Wednesday. So since early Wednesday morning, about 6:37, my fever broke. And it broke. And that was it. So that's the last time I ran a fever. Still on antibiotic, but now I'm down to 1. Not on a steroid anymore. And just thankful to be alive, honestly. Because when I say it was rough, I mean it was rough. I mean, I do not want to go through that again. I mean, I know there's a good chance that I can get sick again and I might catch tonsillitis again one day, but that doesn't mean I want it. It just means it could happen. Yeah, it's rough. So, any of you out there feel any kind of, it starts, for me it started in my head. It started with a headache first, not in my throat, in my head. And then it's like it traveled down. If you start feeling like that, go to a doctor. I'm serious. It's horrendous. It's not fun. Popsicles. Oh yeah, I ate popsicles just to numb the throat so I could get the soup down, because I couldn't get the soup down without the popsicles. So it's like popsicle first, then soup, or popsicle first, then oatmeal. And that's how I got my food down. I'm like, what is this? So yeah, that's what's been going on lately. That's why it's kind of been radio silence on my end. I apologize. I know, it's been a while, and I've got so many things planned. We're going to the Great Wolf Lodge in LaGrange, Georgia, sometime in March. We're very excited about that. My husband set up his PS5 and just got a brand new TV today. Very excited to show that, with his permission. I'm sure he'll be fine. Just lots of changes going on, and I haven't been able to post any of it because I didn't have a voice. And then not only that, but I was usually nauseated or just, dragging my tail across the floor trying to get stuff done. Or sleeping. Thank God my husband was here, because there were nights I just conked out by 9. And, I was up by 11 because I couldn't sleep. So if it weren't for him, I don't know what I'd done. But he was a trooper through it all. And he really helped out with, Eli, because, my 13-year-old could take care of herself. She was, honestly, she was a help too. She'd bring me a drink. She would help me with, little things, like bringing me stuff, like, you know, like I said, a drink, my throat lozenges, you know, stuff like that. And just having somebody to talk to. You know, she'd sit away from me because I didn't want her to get sick. And we just chit-chat until I fell asleep. And, yeah, he helped with Eli because, you know, Eli has to have round-the-clock care. So he was, like, right there. And, you know, I still cooked. There are a few nights we ate out because I was just like, I can't. And nobody complained. They were just like, look, food on the table, we're eating, you get well. That's fine. But I did still cook some. But it wasn't as much as what I'm used to. So we ate out more than usual. But I tell you what, there's no way I could have stood at the stove and cooked. There's just no way. But everybody was fed, so that's the important part. So yeah, we got some fun stuff coming up. The Great Wolf Lodge in March, Valentine's Day. Lots of fun things coming. So thank you for all of your patience. I know it's been kind of weird, but I do love TikTok, and we've got a very special video coming up, and I think you're gonna like it. So I will see you all soon. Please be safe out there. Take care of yourselves. You deserve it. And stay healthy.